Hey everybody, it's Zeke from Talking Lead.
It's Lefthand here.
And of course, you probably recognize the gunny. How you doing?
Gunner Sergeant gnarly Ermey here.
Good,
I'm
awesome.
doing good, big guy. How about you?
I'm doing well.
How can we not be doing well? I mean, we are at the gun show, aren't we?
Absolutely. We're surrounded with the greatest guns around.
And grassroots Americans. That's what I like about it. Is I get to gather around with thousands of other Americans that with similar likes.
Sure.
Dislikes.
Oh yeah.
It works good for me.
Yep.
So how are you enjoying the show?
Well, you know,
You don't have much time,
I'm
do you?
here at the desk. I sign autographs, kiss babies, and take pictures. And the only time I get to walk around is if I need to go to the head.
Yeah.
If I need to use the restroom, I take a different route each time. And then when I've done all the routes to that one, then I'll change restrooms. I'll go to that
Mix
head.
it up a little bit.
Yeah, so I get to see a little bit of the show.
Now we know you're part of Team Glock now. Tell us a little bit about that.
I've been part of Team Glock for 10 years.
10 years.
I've
Awesome.
been, matter of fact, I was with Team Glock, we were here 8 years ago, I think, right here in Houston, you know, so we're just now returning again to the scene of the crime.
Full circle, right?
Full circle,
Yeah,
yeah.
both Lefthand and I are both Glock guys. So.
Very much so.
That works
We
good
each
for
have
me.
4 or 5 each.
I was approached by several different gun companies about 10 years ago, and I didn't see Glock was not involved, and Glock was my favorite, so I called up Glock and said, hey, how about you guys get over here and I'd rather represent you. That way I don't have to lie about the damn product, right? So,
I'm sure they didn't have a problem with that either, did they?
no, they came on board. They gave me a little less money than some of the others, but it's worth it not having to lie about the product because I refuse to lie.
Integrity's everything.
If it's not a product that I use, I won't tell people to use it. And I've been shooting Glocks for years. I've had Glocks long before Glock ever came to me, and I've never had a malfunction with a Glock. I got a 45 cap I took out of the box about 7 or 8 years ago. I've got probably 4,000 rounds to it. We take it to the range. My daughters shoot it. My son shoots it. I shoot. We wear this thing down. And about 4,000 rounds later, this thing's still going. And the beautiful thing about it is you don't have to clean them. I've never cleaned it. I've never put a brush to it. I've never put anything down to bore. And it just works as good today as it did today. And my wife loves it when I get guns don't need cleaned. Your wife probably doesn't like cleaning guns either when you finish.
Well, that's one of our discussions on the show. What's our favorite cologne? It's Hoppy.
Hoppy's number 9.
Oh, yes, okay, yeah. My wife gets a little tired of cleaning fish, shining golf shoes, and cleaning my gun. So, give her a little break. Sure, of course, right?
You're a good guy.
Now we were telling you a minute ago we got a segment called the Jack Wagon Train on our show, and we got that term from listening to you and seeing movies and everything. And you gave us an explanation of those Jack Wagons. Why don't you kind of give the explanation?
It's amazing that I travel around all over the United States, and I ask people, they like the commercial. I said, well, do you have any idea what Jack Wagon is? No, of course, nobody knows. Well, back in the day when we were moving west, the big long wagon trains moving west, we always had the rowdy, the guy that had the accidental discharge around the campfire, the guy that had a little too much to drink, got in a little bit of a skirmish with some of the other guys, and the damn troublemaker, we call it, right? Well, they would exile this old boy and his wagon back to the end of the pack. They're back. And usually there weren't one. There was generally 3 or 4, maybe 5 or 6 jack wagons back there. And the thing was, and the thought was, they got to eat all the dust, number 1. And number 2, when the Indians attacked, guess who got it first?
From the rear.
That's it. They just take out the jack wagons. But that's what the jack wagon. Now you guys have a jack wagon each week.
Each week we have a Jack Wagon week, and that becomes the Jack Wagon Train.
Okay, and one person, one individual wins the
Sometimes,
jack wagon.
Oh, they don't win anything.
Oh, really?
They just get put on the Jack Wagon
It's
train.
not a badge of honor. I can
Okay.
assure you that. So people like Piers Morgan, if this tells you anything,
Ah.
who wins that, Dianne Feinstein.
Oh,
the-
one of my favorite people. Almost choked on that.
Exactly. So we've got this little section that we do. We call it the Jack Wagon train, and then we introduce who the Jack Wagon of the week is.
I like that. I like that. Do you
Don't
exile
mind us
them?
borrowing that.
No, of course not. Do you exile them to the rear of the way and back of the wagon?
If they're bad enough, everything bad that we do becomes that name. Like right now, it's a Piers Morgan. Like if we make a bad shot, we just Piers Morgan that shot. So
Well,
We gotta go to the restroom. We gotta go take a Piers Morgan.
lovely. That is a beautiful thing. And Dianne Feinstein, I mean, I watched her on TV here a couple weeks ago when her bill didn't pass. Even the Democrats voted against her bill, and she was so upset and so hurt. The American people want it. I just almost felt like shooting the television. Oh, what an ugly person! We need to get that. We need to get fresh blood in there. You know, we need to get somebody who's a little younger. I mean, you ever take a good look at that woman? Oh, just 10 pounds of makeup, and still she's in sad shape. I mean, come on. But yeah, that's a great thing though, the Jack Wagon.
Yes, sir.
Now, do you send them some kind
Oh,
of a
we
little?
give them no
We need to come up with a
personal
plan.
recognition whatsoever. This is-
You don't.
They just get slapped on the
What do you
Jack Wagon
think?
train.
I'd love just to see you give them a phone call on the air or something. You know,
We'll try.
Congrats.
We will try.
Sending it to their publicist. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good idea.
I got to tell you though, it seems to me like some of these people, some of these idiots, would probably take great pride in winning
Oh,
Jack
they probably
Wagon.
will.
Especially if they're going against them.
Especially,
the purpose
yeah.
of what we're trying to do is we don't want to give them any pleasure whatsoever.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think they deserve a diploma of some sort.
Okay.
Maybe even a plaque or something.
I mean, we had the old giant pickle figure of fate.
There you go.
You give that to them.
We'll start implementing that.
There's bound to be something that you can
We'll
do.
even name it after the Gunny Award.
You can do that. Nobody
Gunny
have
Jack
my
Wagon.
permission.
So once again, Zeke and Lefthand here from Talking Lead, and as always, keep your loved ones close.
And your firearms closer.
Ooh-ah.